Okay, this is the Ender 3 that I got on Marketplace. Ender 3 V2 or something, I don't know. Had a clog in it. It was right here. I cleaned it out. They said use, well, a couple people said use, let me show you. Heat gun. I used a heat gun. And I got a drill bit. I didn't drill it. I got a drill bit the exact same size, and I just started going like this and shoving it. Till it went in, cleaned it out, got the hose go through. Right now we're gonna pull these little blue clips, if I can get them back off. This is gonna be for your back one. And this is for the front one. And just drop that one. There it is. Alright, what the problem was, it was clogged and someone kind of messed up the fan cage. So, went on to our favorite place, one of them, Amazon. Got some new line. It's supposed to be a higher temp line. Most of it looks the same. And we got the fan cage. Fan cage with fans. I could have got it without the fans. $2 more. Got it with the fans. I'm gonna put them fans in this cage. Because if not, you're gonna have to run down. You gotta run all the wires out, and anyway. Big hassle. So I'm hoping it's missing some screws too. So I got screws here. I'm hoping that I can take. Let me go get. There's a pair of glasses here so I can see somewhat. These things are filthy. There you go. I might just go ahead and leave them like they are and just rewire up. But it doesn't look like they're that hard to change. We'll see as we go. But the new hose for the filament, they have a blue, then they got this. It's childproof, must be. And these little scissors or whatever they are, all this stuff came with it. Very nice gentleman that sold it to me. And I got a good deal on it. Which I think it was a good deal, but they're going for like 100 to a good working one. It's going probably for 150. And I got a really good deal, so I never really tell the prices or what I pay for something. Try not to. In case the person's going to sell something else. Alright, and here it is. And these, trying to lose any of my parts. Here's the new hose. I gotta make sure my filament goes through that hose. It doesn't look. Because this is the filament he even gave me, which was very nice. I ain't saying there's tons of filament, but he gave that to me. It's PLA Basic. And since I've never did one, I'm basic. Alright. Got all the little wrenches and stuff with it. Oh, I forgot, that's this one. Alright. And what you want to do, if you ever get a clog, I ain't saying about printing, I don't know about that, but you want your filament to go all the way through. As you can see it coming out the bottom. And these pieces of here are like shark bites in a way that you could get at Home Depot and stuff. They're connectors. And I'm familiar with this because they use them on plumbing, whatever. I actually use this type of stuff on my air ride, on my cars. All it does is the hose goes into it and it's the same type. But the new one, or the new stuff that I got, comes with all that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to change all that. I'm going to save all this, but we're going to put new on. And this is to cut your PLA, I think. But I was using it. These are really nice nippers. You only want to cut light plastics with it. And I should be able to take this and probably almost get two things out of it. I don't know. I'm new to this. Like, if you're just watching this video, you're same thing. There's probably tons of videos on here. It's going to be better than mine, but I'm going to grab one brass and one gold copper. Now, what it did say from you guys, the small one goes up into your feeder. I knew that. Don't have a O-ring on that one. And this one definitely don't, but this one does. I'm going to transfer the O-ring over to the new one. Don't know what it's for, but it was on the other one. We're going to slightly put that in there. It's supposed to fit this. We're going to find out. Because you don't want to ever have to, you don't want to be forcing anything. I'm going to grab our wrench here. Just snugging it. This one's going to go on top here. If you can't start turning in with your fingers, stop. Stop, people. I thought I actually got new tips. They should be in here somewhere. There they are. Came with the line. I was going to say, I hope I got them. Just snugging it. Don't over tension it. A lot of people do that and break stuff. New silicone. Let's switch it out. And there's our new nozzle. I would take the new nozzle and I think I actually got two new nozzles here. They don't recommend tightening that up. They just recommend putting that in there. And I think I can get two pieces out of this. I don't know yet. I'm going to pull back. When I'm pushing it, I'm pulling back on the blue. Alright. The big blue one goes to the top. The little blue one, what it does, it's going to lock that collar so you can't push and release. And they said that this was going to be tight, but it should fit. It's supposed to. There it is. Now, I don't want to be ramming this real bad, but I do got to make it move. I might that's what I said. I'm thinking about rewiring that. Cutting this off. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Maybe not. Hold on. Because I know both fans still worked. Because they're still wired up pretty good. I know, I'm second guessing myself. Let's see how hard it is. Because this is the part that it's broke on mine. The original one. I'm going to just put it back together. And stop second guessing myself. We're just going to rewire it and get it over with. If you're not comfortable rewiring, you can redo that. You could probably actually splice these wires together too if you had to come down to it, but I'm not doing that. And you see how big this gets, so what we gotta do, we're gonna end up taking this bottom part and sending these wires down through that cage. If you're not sure, get someone to help. Just don't be in a big rush. What they're gonna do is slide into there. So, but for now, what I want to attempt to do is I'm gonna put this all the way down. I haven't put the hose in there. Take this out. I'm not pushing hard, you can see it. I'm not trying to force nothing. So I think we're good on that because that just rides with it, it looks like. And I can actually take this right here on the side and just turn the motor. The only thing you're going to have the issue with the Ender 3 and Ender 3 Pro and everything else, and I don't even know that it is going to be an issue. I'm setting the sock back in there. That way any damage to my gears and it's holding it. Anyway, it's only got one worm screw on it. Most of them's got two. The real good one's got two. So if you see that movement, you don't want that movement. We're going to work on getting that movement out. You can adjust these. But for now, we got to get the other thing fixed. Alright, let's get back to the job at hand. I was thinking in my head, like, wasn't thinking, this don't actually stay up. But I got to put this as far as it goes over here. That's far it's going to go. And that's where I'm going to need my hose. So if I cut that hose in half, should be good. And I thought the kit that I bought came with a cutter. But I guess it didn't. But anyway, what you want to do, and this is what from watching you guys' videos, is you want this cut perfect. Perfect as you can get it. Not trying to put any kinks in it. Then we got 3 more. And why I'm saying it's perfect is I can see it right now. That is not perfect. Here's the one that had the clog in it. When I put that up against it, you see how it's going that way? You want it straight. Pretty close, really close. Now what you want to do is, this is going off for you guys' word, on YouTube and everywhere else. I'm going to shove this down first. I'm going to make sure it goes, should go out the other side. And it does, it's coming out the other side. And I should be able to push that and pull it back. Alright. Take your new nozzle. I'm screwing it, not all the way up, back screw. About one turn, I'm going to shove this all the way down till it hits, roughly. I'm going to take my clip that's supposed to, yep, that locks that. Then you're supposed to take this and tighten it. And I'm not tightening it hard, look guys. That's it. So when you're doing that, what it's actually doing, I can show you with the bad one. That one's all screwed up from their cut. Is you want that to be flush. You don't want no gaps or anything like that, like this. Flush. That's what everyone's recommending. The flusher, the better. And you can see the clog that was in there. Blue filament. Alright. Got all that. Here's my old cage. As you can see, where the screws went in, they're broke. They got to over tighten. Alright, so what we're going to have to do, I can't really put this on that's going to slip over that later on. But I can't do anything without getting these two wires through and out. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to follow the wires. And this right here is for watching your print while you're not home. That's what he said. And maybe later on we'll do that. But for now, we're getting rid of that. I want to start out basically. Most of you guys would start out. And if you got good, you could actually make yourself one of them. Always put your screws back. Don't know what they go to, but they're going back in, guys. I'm snugging it down, not over tightening it. Now I'm going to turn it the other way so I can get a better bite. Not going crazy. So that's what this thing does. It's you hook the camera to this. This is what the gentleman said. And I definitely believe him. Why would he lie? He told me everything that he said was wrong with it. Is wrong with it. Anyway, you plug this in. This is another little, I guess, board or something that plugs in there. You can watch it while you're printing out. But this also makes it Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, which is pretty cool. Now we got it set up close to set up as a stock Ender 3 other than factory pieces. I've already turned it on, moved it, made sure it worked. I'm going to plug this. If you lose this, this is just the same thing as a computer. There's no difference that I've seen. There's some other upgrades that the gentleman did to try to figure some way to get in there. And he's got a I call them self-leveling beds, but they're actually not. There we go. Now, following these wires, I'm going to have to snip. Now you got probably ain't seeing. Oh, you're still seeing. Let me put you over here now. Because this is going to be a long... Maybe I'll cut this in a couple videos, but... I'm going to open... Carefully. Open the bottom of this. I'm chasing this. Not that wire. It's this big wire here. So... I have to re-zip tie all this back together, which is no biggie if you know about zip ties. They're pretty simple. It's coming over to this box here, and it's got a plate. So let's see. That might be different. I really can't tell because that might be a Torx head, guys. Here's a screwdriver just to try. I don't want to screw something up. Yeah, it's a Torx head. So we're going to have to get a Torx head that, unless there's one in the kit. Unless it's let's see if it's this. Got one seems smaller. It might be an Allen screw. I believe it is a Torx head. My lighting over here ain't the best. Let me go see. I got my phone. Says I can't turn the phone on because there's another app on. That is weird. Well, let's just try to see if we can see them, because that ain't working. No, that's an Allen, Allen screw, or Allen. Should be one of these then. Should be and is two different things. Nope. If that's the case, I'm gonna see if I got a straight screwdriver that will fit in there to find out. Sometimes you can grab just the corners and turn it with screwdrivers. Alright, let me pause you and let me find the right tools and we'll get at it. Okay, I definitely know they're Allen key or whatever they're called. I forgot I had this little kit. I'll have to keep this with it. Let's see if we got the right Allen key in here. And I got screwdriver, so I couldn't get my phone to work. I got a 5/64. That's what it says it is. That's what it is, 5/64. Now I drop that. Don't remember where I got this little kit, but it'll work. Make sure. Alright. Shove that all the way on there. Tighten this down. And you got a screwdriver. Or whatever attachment you put in it. That one was a little tight. And these are different sizes, so I'm going to put that in the back, this one in the front. And the two in the front are smaller. And the one in the back's bigger. And it still didn't come apart. So I'm going to set it back together for now. I know a lot of people are hollering me right now and saying, why are you putting it back together? Then I know where all the screws are, guys. I'm not tightening them up. I'm just sticking them in there. Trying to. Alright. This one's got the Allen screws on the front. Let's see if this fits. I didn't want to dive this far into it, but it looks like I'm going to have to. This is the power supply part. This is just a rubber foot. Alright, it's getting looser. Looks like there's a screw up front. I'm trying to be careful, not tearing and pulling and breaking on anything. Because I know as much as you do. A lot of you guys probably know a lot more, but I want to see if it would pull out. I can feel it's loose. That's a magnetic bed that someone modified, or didn't modify, put on it, which is really nice. It's got a heated bed, magnetic bed, and everything on this thing. It's something in the back that's holding it. And I could watch a video and see how it's done and get it done quicker, but as right now I'm trying to make a video and talk to you guys, and this is just a little drawer that where you keep all your tools. It's well built, what I can tell, because I just can't get right into it, so I just don't know where all the screws are. Now I'm starting to think about I should have just did it the other way, but I know I can get to this one up here. The problem I'm going to have is getting to the next one back. I just need to get in there to unhook the wires so I can run the new fan wire. And there's one right here. Aha! I'm going to do it that way, guys. These two are different too. A short and a long. The short goes up front. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Looks like, oh, no, I was thinking it was actual metal, but definitely don't want to see metal. Alright, we're going to gently we're going to take out the screws that we took out a while ago. Alright, the two long screws are holding it together to the deck. Short screws to the front, long screws to the back. There's probably an easier way for this to come apart. It looks like I can take I can put the one long screw back in, which I'm going to go ahead and do that gently. You got to make sure that you got your ribbon cable so it ain't getting pinched. Watch it be one of these episodes where you get it apart and you can't get it back together. There it is. Long ones to the back. Just remember that. You don't want to force it, so if it's not going in straight, don't sit there and force it. Should be able to turn it in with your fingers. Alright, got that one tight. That's just going to hold it for now. Might have to take that back apart to put this in there, but I don't know. I didn't think I had to, but from watching you guys' videos, alright, I see how it works. What you need to do is take the long screw, the two short screws, and the one at the top. The one short screw. And it will come apart. So if I'm gently look down on my desk, I should have one. This goes to the top. These are the short screws for the bottom. And the short screw for the top is identical in the other one. So that will stay where it needs to be. Alright. Now I need to follow I got some more zip tie, tons of zip ties. You want to be careful when you're cutting these zip ties, you don't cut the wires. We might get her back together tonight. I don't think we're going to try any prints. I got to go away tomorrow and it's getting late. Alright. This right here is aftermarket. This said bed leveler or whatever. It's a little thing that goes down, what touches the bed, and it tells it where it's located. I'd like to see if I can put that through there, but we'll get there. I got one more zip tie that I got cut inside here. So far. Now I got my shrink wrap up to here is clear. Then it looks like two different shrink wraps. It's one inside another. Alright. That's exactly what we got going on. We got a little shrink wrap and a big shrink wrap. Because I can see it right here, guys. I got a ribbon cable and then I got this. I got another zip tie. Trying to be careful because this one's really near the wires. Alright. And the easiest way to tell for the heat sink bed is going to be the heavy wires. The thicker wire is going to be your heating element. The thinner wires should be the fans. Now I'm going to try to keep the heating elements plugged in. What I'm working on is the fans. And if I come up here, I want a yellow and blue. Yellow and blue to start. One yellow and blue. It's like a computer type cable. I know all this just to fix the little casing, but you're gonna do it right. Yellow and blue, alright. The next one is black and red. Black and red. Now don't get it confused. There's a black and red right here on a mini fan. You want the black and red that's in your case. In that wire. This one's going to be a little more tricky, guys. If it's the case, what I'm going to do is cut it, and then we're going to rewire it. Yep, because if you unhook them, this is what I recommend. You got new ones. Make sure your wires are the length you're going to need. And both of these are actually push-ins. So that would go here and here. Let's unhook this fan right here. Is actually we're going to wire into the black and red. Because I don't know what any of the other ones do. But I know that the black and red right here are running up the cable that we need. So if I screw this up, it's my own fault. Make sure ain't nothing plugged in if you're cutting wires. I cut them out. As you can see, they're cut. I left them in the green connector so I know exactly which ones I need. If I unhooked it, I wouldn't. The board might not tell me hot and cold, or I'm gonna see if I can get the black and red to slide through. I don't know. And there's no sense to get rid of that fan because it's still good. Actually, I can use that fan on the bottom. Now this is where you're going to run into the problem. This one's actually got ends on them. I can see this being an issue. If I get it started, it'll probably slide through there. Probably. I'm not jerking either. I'm taking my time, guys. Alright. They're out. So, get all that disconnected. Now, what we have to try to do, and I'm going to make sure these are the same, because I went too far to change. Actually, they're longer, but it should still be alright. But these are longer. Don't know why. The replacements are shorter. Now we got to work on feeding the replacements through the wire. And if you push on this wire here, see how it gets bigger? So and we can't do it this way because then it's got to be this way. You could actually probably put a string on there and shove it through like when you're doing for house wiring. I can see it's going to be fun to do. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and polish it here because it's going to take a while for me to do this. Okay, what I did is I got that through. They're a little tight because these things are super long, original. But I took that little finger thing that touches on the bottom, tells you about your base level, whatever. And I shoved that through the big one. Not the little one here, but the big one. Makes it look a little more neat. I'm trying to make it all go to be smaller again, but it's a little difficult when the wires are so long. Anyway, I got that done. That's supposed to be in there like so. This plug, you gotta remember where you unplugged it. Just like a computer cable ribbon. More or less what it is. You don't push on the board real hard. Just make sure it's in there. It's in there. I have to tidy all these wires up. This one was already like this. I'm going to have to zip tie all these up. Cable management. Because when you put your base or your little thing back on the bottom here, you're going to want to make sure that that is flush and not pinching any of these wires. It actually goes this way, so see, it's going to be like that. I do not know why all this, wherever it was made, I guess they make it, the wire is so long. The only other issue I got is the fans now. So this fan, if it's the same as these fans, I'm going to switch them out. Because remember we cut the one. because I know both of these fans worked. They look identical. Let's see if we can get the fan off here. And the reason I'm doing it because that's got that connector on it and we don't need that now. But make sure when you do that, that is the same type of fan. Don't know if that's going to work or not now. It doesn't sit flat like I need it to. They're both incaved. That don't sit flat neither, guys. I thought I was doing something wrong. Guess I wasn't. That's why you check and double check and triple check and see. Now it just sits above a little bit. Make sure it's snug. Don't over tighten it. Alright. Now here's where you're going to have to do some wiring. I'm going to take out these wires. I'm going to leave be enough. If I ever got to do it again, I can just set it off. I'm going to see if I can get enough of that out. I'm only going to do one side at a time. The fullest one down looks like it's positive. They get a straight screwdriver here on my little kit. I'm trying, and what I'm doing is trying to see how far it's actually sticking out. So, alright. Don't need tons, because you don't want to go ahead and hit it with circuit board anywhere. And I'm going to cut some of it off because it got way too much. Now we're going to try to feed this back in here. It's going to be a little tricky. can see this and gonna be fun. She's gonna be fun. But that's why I made it longer. Once I get it in there, shouldn't have to do this again. I'm gonna make it like an L. Try that. Alright. I snugged it. I'm gonna see if the wire's grabbing. My next one's gonna be the black. This one actually had more, so I will be alright with a little more. Not that much, but might redo the red one. But if it works, we're gonna leave it. I think I cut too much off now. There you go. Make an L at the end. And there's some people probably right now saying it wouldn't matter because most fans can run two ways. A lot of them can. But I'm hooking it up the exact same way it was. Alright. We got all that back together. Somewhat. I'll come back in here and tidy this up later, but for now, I'm going to see if I can get the wires in there. Because you want full range of motion where it's going to go. Move up and down, and you don't want any wires pulling or pinching. And it's got this big gap in here, so we're good on that. Alright. I'm not saying this is the prettiest looking job, but it's going to do what it needs to do for now. Because we're going to come back and zip tie and cable tie all this. Because once you zip tie, it's going to be like it should be. I just want to make sure it's going to fit. You're definitely gonna need to zip tie all this, because if not, I ain't saying you couldn't do it, but you're gonna pinch wires if you're not careful. Alright, since we're gonna have issues with that, we'll put the two short ones in first. There's actually 3 here, but we'll put the short ones in, then it should line up closer. And it's not staying like this. This is just for testing purposes, guys. I'm not even going to tighten all these, because I got to come back and zip tie all this. Little teeny zip ties. It's putting it under the foot like it should here. See it? But see, that ain't setting flush. Once you zip tie it, you'll get everything in there and it'll be flush. It's actually flush right now, but it's coming all back apart. Like I said, this is only for testing purposes, making sure ain't no wires touching. Or pinching or anything like that. You'd think with all the technology out there they could have used some other type of cables, but they use these ribbon cables. That's mostly together, other than the other one for the top here. And that's a hair bit off. Wrong one. I'm going to try to force it in there, but I'm going to see if I can get it start. Probably not going to, because the plates ain't lining up like they should. Needs to come this way. There we go. And all I did is took a little teeny Phillips screwdriver and just gently brought it over, and it's going right in. I got wires sticking out. I just noticed that. Now I'm gonna just loosen that up. They're the fan wires, so I know what they are. I'm gonna loosen this up because I made them longer. The only thing I'm gonna do is loosen them all up and see if I can get it to fit in there. Probably can't. Alright, let's see what we got here. Don't know how I did that, but I did, guys. There we go. There it is. Get that fixed. Once I zip tie all that and keep it out of the way, we're going to be fine. It's probably going to sit more flush now. And that went right in this time. I know this is an awful video because it's super long, but someone might get something out of it. Now it's definitely sticking. See, this ain't flush. There we go. All I do is scoot them wires out of the way. Once they're zip tied, we won't have any issues. But everything nice and loose. There ain't nothing really tight. So. And I ain't even gonna put screws in the front. I don't think we're gonna need them. There we go. The only thing we need to do is put a screw in this, I believe. Let me get the old one. Yep. It's a hair bit off, but it does need a screw in it. I doubt it's going to be as easy as it looks here, but I don't think it's going to line up right. That's the problem that they probably had when they took it apart. Trying to do this one person too ain't gonna help. It's clicking on there, but it just ain't clicking into place. The hole's just a hair off, so might. On the new one, the hole's not lining up. But the other one was broke, so. Which, I can make a hole work. It's off by it's really off now. It's off just by a hair, so what I can do is actually drill that out. Then it'll work on all of the replacements. Yeah, because if by squeezing on, pushing it over, it's getting really close. So I think if we just drilled it out the next size over, I think we're going to be all right. I don't want to lose any of the parts here, so we're going to put all the parts in the little tray. I got my computer, so what cable hooked back in. This has been replaced. All the tubing. Now this will have to be yeah, I'll neaten it up, but everything should be like it should be working. Should be, and it is two different things. Let's find out. I can hear the little fan on the bottom. but the ones on top are not print or on yet. Well, let's just try the leveling feature and see what it does. It's gonna take. Alright, there it goes. That's a little fan on the bottom, so I know that's working good. Just them fans ain't kicking on yet. But they shouldn't be on the way it looks until the other piece. And I don't know if that's got adjustment or not. And that looks awful high to me. I guess it ain't. It says bed leveling, please wait until done. Alright. We can actually put some filament in there for now. I got where the filament goes in now, guys. Alright. This needs to be turned around. Like that. Alright, I got the filament started. I'm gonna let it keep on doing what it's doing. I don't want to feed it through yet. Alright, it says it's level. Let's see if we can start seeing some orange come through here. We got temperature, motion. I thought you guys said it's going but stopping. I'm squeezing it. Because you can squeeze the little piece back here. And it should be just like a welding wire. You got to get it started first. And that's what my issue is. Like, yeah, now we're starting to see the orange come through. Alright, I'm squeezing and pushing. Alright. I don't know what the transfer rates or any of that stuff is. I have to watch you guys' videos. Nozzle temp is 0. Bed temp, I ain't worried about. It goes to 260. I'm going to put it on. I put it on 170. I want to see if it starts heating up. I think these other fans should kick on too. But they're not on yet. The one on the bottom's swinging away. Oh, fan speed. They're working now. I got the fan speed up to 255. I'm going to try to raise it up. It's not going to let me, is it? No. I just want to see if it's cold out. Alright, I don't know what's new, but it's homing itself. I hit auto home. I want to see what auto home is. Trying to get some filament to come out. It's coming out, guys. Filament's working. It's actually, it's coming out to printing. It says PLA temp nozzle. I'm going to crank that up because it says 200. PLA bag. That's this at 60. Now I gotta figure out to shut it off. I was getting ready to try to grab that PLA that's been coming out. It's homing itself again. Does it look like don't know what I'm doing? Yes. Supposed to be able to get benchy. I'm gonna scan this QR code and hope it don't screw my phone up. A lot of people are saying, wait, scan the QR code, it won't screw your phone up. Yeah, it does. Man, it won't let me switch. That's weird. Something wrong with my phone now. Something's actually wrong with my poor phone here. I was going to scan that and see if that gave us Da Vinci, but I probably didn't. It says nozzle temp's back down. It looks like I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, I don't. Waiting for file to print. And this is supposed to be for beginners. Probably Kid could figure it out and I can't. I just want... Yeah, it's cold. Alright, well it's back together and it looks like it's got PLA in it. I actually had it coming out. See? So I did have the clog looks like it's gone, but I don't know. First thing about this, I admit that I'm gonna unplug it for tonight. It is all back together. I just gotta go through and rewire it. But there it is. Sorry it took so long. This video is probably 3-4 hours long. Hour and 44 minutes, so. Alright. That's it. That's the only thing I can see. Other than all the cable management, we got it back together. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Please subscribe and... Doing that wrong. Bye till later. Thanks for watching.